Hiya folks, Nathan here, hope you're all well and welcome back to unboxing videos here on my channel, where today we have, yes, another bus. Running out though now. This is my third to last bus that I'm going to unbox here on my channel, because my collection is, actually my personal collection is complete now that we're looking at this bus, which is a Enviro 400 Classic. I've got an Enviro 400 MMC in my collection, and now I've got the original classic Enviro 400 as well. So my collection is now complete. Apart from one bus that I'm replacing. Just to cut a long story short, I'm replacing my Plaxton Beaver that I've got with another one, basically just one in a different livery, and my uncle is having the Plaxton Beaver that I've currently got, so I will unbox that and show you. I will unbox that and we'll review it and have a look, and we'll have a look at that together. But for my main collection now, this is the last bus that I'll ever be buying, because, as I've established, my collection is now complete. So yes, this is a dual door Enviro 400 Classic, operated by Stagecoach. It's the Spirit of London. Now, there's a little bit of information on the back of the box, which I'll show you in just a second. And then I've got Grandad Murray's magnifying glass here. I'll do my best to read it. It is blue on red, so I'm not sure if I'll read it very well. But let's get cracking then. So obviously both sides of the box, it's exactly the same. I'll just have a quick look at this side while you're looking at that side. UK Bus 6001, Alexander Dennis Enviro 400, and there's a lovely picture there of the classic Enviro, Spirit of London. So it's exactly the same both sides. Just show you again. That's the other side, the side I've just read. And here's the back of the box. I'm not sure if you're going to be able to make that out. I don't think you're going to be able to make that out. I'll do my best to read it for you. Creative Master North Cord Limited, this one. Stagecoach London, Spirit of London, Alexander Dennis Enviro 400. So yeah, what I'll do is I'll turn the box round now. You can have another look at the front, and I'll do my best to have a read, see what it says on the back of this. Right. This model represents Stagecoach London 8500 and Alexander Dennis Enviro 400. The bus was new to Stagecoach London in 2005 and is significant as being the first Enviro 400 to be delivered to Stagecoach. The bus is based at Stagecoach London's Stratford Garage and operates on busy Route 30, which runs between Hackney, Wick and Marble Arch. It is named Spirit of London in memory of those who lost their lives in the terrorist attacks in London on the 17th of July 2005. Oh dear, that's not very nice, is it? Oh dear. It's a bit upsetting, I must say. Right, well, without further ado, let's get her out then and have a look at her. The box is a little bit worn, the outer box anyway, but it doesn't matter because she's coming out anyway. Well, I'll say she's coming out. She's putting up a bit of a struggle. Make sure there's nothing left in there. No. And then obviously we have got the usual box. No certificate with this one, sadly. I mean, this is a pre-owned model. Not by Dean. This is not a model that's come from Dean, which is my good friend, Tui.737. I'm always mentioning him on eBay. Well, on YouTube, I'm always mentioning his eBay account. But yeah, it hasn't come from him. This has come from another seller. And I've just noticed it doesn't look like I need a screwdriver. It looks like it just unclips. So seeing as how this is so very loose, we might as well just lift that off, take the roof protector off, and then basically what we do is you just give it a little bit of a jiggle and then take that piece out, take the clip out like that, and there you go, the bus is free. And oh my goodness, does it? Well, it looks like it does. I don't know whether that opens or whether it was loose, but I've closed it again just to be sure. Looks like the engine compartment may or may not open, but I'm not going to test it in case it's broken. I mean, this is a pre-owned model. Let's put all the bits in there. Let's put this to one side. I'm sure Dean will find a use for that. He always does. That's good. How we didn't need to use the screwdriver for that one. It's very good. I'm just going to have a little look at this engine compartment now. Oh, it does look as if it could open, but it's very... No, I think it's broken. It looks as if it could be broken. So I'm not going to touch the engine compartment. I just hope it doesn't fall off on video. But here we go then. So let's have a good look at the bus itself. So here's the front view. So there doesn't seem to be any headlight detailing on that side. There is. It's very faint. Oh, see, it's like a trick of the light, look. It's like a trick of the light. Suppose it's part of their style. But yeah. Very nice. It's got both windshield wipers there. Most importantly, it's got both mirrors. Yeah, I'm a bit worried about that engine compartment actually. I just have to make sure that we don't touch it. So we'll go from our usual side then, which is driver side to passenger side. So you can see, very streamlined bus, the original Enviro 400. So you got the driver side there. Bit of a bigger gap because this, I believe, the staircase on this model is. Oh no, it's not. It's where it usually is. On some London buses, the staircase is actually in the middle of the bus, as opposed to the standard position of behind the driver. I've just remembered there is like a little bucket seat right behind the driver's cab, which we can't really see. Is that tiny little window there. There is a little bucket seat just behind there that a passenger can sit in. I've sat in there countless times myself, as a matter of fact. The indicator then is visible, as is the fleet number, I believe, and the petrol cap, or the fuel cap. Moving along there, it's got Spirit of London written on it. Stagecoach. You can see the rear exit doors adjacent to the window there. That's 7 million Londoners. I believe that says 7 million Londoners. And there's the emergency exit. Being very careful where I hold this bus now. It is a good job that I'm bidding on another one of these. Just in case I shall need to replace this. But it'll do for this unboxing. I could always try and get some glue and glue it closed just to make doubly sure. Just take a bit of super glue around the edges just to hold it in place. We're coming round to the back then. You can see the engine compartment. As you can see, it's not meant to go that way. Oh, it did open then. Oh, I won't get it open now. I think I've pushed it back into place. Don't want to break it. We nearly got a look in. I ain't going to do it again. Oh, hang on. I'm trying to do it on camera. No. There you go. Look at that. You can see the engine. Look at that. Now, I'm guessing this model might have been presented before with the engine compartment open. That is very loose. I wasn't expecting that, actually. I still may glue it shut just to be on the safe side. But there you go. I mean, that's the first model bus that we've ever looked at where I've been able to open the engine compartment. They do open on the Dennis Trident models, but they're extremely fiddly and stiff. And if you try and push it up too much, bang, you'll snap it off. Which is what I was worried that was going to happen with this one. So I'm going to close that now. There we go. And then we'll just push it in. There we are. Push it into place. And as long as we don't fiddle with it, it won't fall off or anything. And then move into the back of the bus. Now this is what I call the woman's V-neck. That's what I call this. It reminds me of like a neckline on maybe a woman's dress or something. I don't know why. I'm just a weirdo. Don't mind me. But yeah, quite an interesting shaped window there at the back. And you can see we've got the LED lights and the rear lights. And there's two little spotlights up there, two little lights up there. Again, on the back it says Spirit of London, Stagecoach London, the number 30. I'm really chuffed with that, actually. I'm glad I got to show you the engine. Even though there's not much detail in it. It's not quite as detailed as the Dennis Trident engines, I can tell you that, but hey-ho. So we're coming around to the passenger side now, so we've got a little bit more detail on this side of the bus. In addition, with one of the coach lights there at the very back, you've got the radiator at the side. Lovely curved windows. And obviously with this being the main passenger side, there's a few more windows on this side. As you can see, those windows can open. That one can't. So you've got the exit doors there. Typically on London buses, you'd enter the bus via the front and you'd exit the bus via the central doors. This is to increase and speed up passenger loading and unloading. I suppose the driver would only open the rear doors if he knew people were getting off. He wouldn't open them if there was only people waiting to get on, because it could contribute to fare evasion, which I can imagine is I know from experiences and stories that my dad's told me, because my dad's a bus driver. Fare evasion is quite an issue on buses some of the times. I can imagine in London as well. It occurs, so that's why the rear doors would probably only be operated for the unloading of passengers while passengers loaded from the front. I don't know. I'm not a professional. So there you got the Stagecoach logo again on the side. Spirit of London. You've got the route number and destination. And then we've come to the front of the bus. You can see the staircase inside there. Not very well detailed, but you can just make out where the staircase is positioned. And there's the little bucket seat right across from it, with that tiny little window. Sorry, not across from it, behind it. Behind the staircase, you've got the little bucket seat, which is right behind the driver's cab. And then across from it, if it doesn't glare, you can just make out there are 2 seats at the front as well, which is where I love to sit. If ever I went on an Enviro, well, I say if ever I went on one, the Enviro 400 MMCs have got them as well. I always, if I can, obviously at the moment we can't due to the current, with what's going on in the world, these seats are always cordoned off now, but in the past I used to always try and sit at the front if I could, right behind the passenger doors. And you can see the main passenger doors have got this lovely curvature decal on them. And I suppose that's just to add a little bit of streamlining. And then we're back to the front. And obviously on the passenger side, you've got the long-armed mirror. That's not broken, is it? No, that's good and sturdy. And then upstairs, you've got the curved windows. Have a look at the top deck. So near enough all those windows upstairs can be opened. Except the back, of course. And then we're back to the front. So let's pop the bus as close as I can to here. And you can just see the seats in there. Again, with it being Stagecoach, they look like they're leather seats. Wouldn't surprise me, actually. I've been on a Stagecoach Gold bus, and they had leather seats. And my friend Adam, he lives in Flintshire, and he used to work at Liverpool Lime Street Station, and he's been on not just Stagecoach Gold, he's been on other Stagecoach buses as well. And he's told me they have got leather seats, and it looks like this one has as well. Well, there you go, and back to the front. It's really interesting how they've tinted out there the headlights. They've put some like tinting around the headlights. Maybe it's just to make it look a little bit more menacing, I don't know, but yeah, it's quite good, isn't it? On the roof of the bus then, let's turn her over. Let's have a little look. Not much to show, very plain white roof except for this at the back. SCG 18500. Now, is that the fleet number, I wonder? And SCG, what would that stand for? I mean, SC could be Stagecoach, Could this be a Stagecoach Gold, I wonder? Could the G stand for gold? It's just painted in red because it's London liveried. Who knows? The engine compartment's just come open as well. STG 18500. You close back up, you. And then let's have a little look on the underside. Not much. There never is really any detailing on these buses, except you got a little bit of exhaust detailing at the back, the double tyres, and obviously you can see the grid frame structure of the chassis. And then obviously underneath there, which is the driver's side, you possibly would have the battery, or one of the batteries, or maybe they're positioned somewhere else on these buses. I'm not sure because they are a bit longer. So it is time. It is that time again where we place her down on what is becoming the most famous piece of duvet cover, aka the road. And I've got a little bit of information about the classic Enviro 400 to read out. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bang my elbow. Not that that's going to help. I'm going to bring the camera forward a little bit without dropping you. I do apologise. That's it. Pan. Bring the camera down a little bit. I'll pan down. I'll push her into view. And there you go. You can see her. Maybe if I turn her that way slightly. Let the light get to a little bit. That's a bit better. Now, I've never done that before. I thought I'd give you a side-on view this time, seeing as how it is a dual-door version of the Enviro 400. Now, I can confess something to you now, that we have got another Enviro 400 to look at in due course when it arrives, but that is a single-door version. And I'm not going to tell you anything more about it. I'm not going to tell you what livery it is or anything like that. All I'll say is we've got one more of these Enviro 400 classics to look at. But a single door variant. Now, I'm going to say this in this video, and I will say it in that video as well. I'm going to be reading the same paragraphs of research that I've found in both of them videos because it's about the same bus. So if you think to yourself when you watch the next one, hang on, he said all that in that London Enviro unboxing. Why is he reading that? It's because it's the same type of bus, and, you know, it's relevant. It's relevant. The only difference is being that this is a London livery and it's got two doors rather than one. So, here we go then. Not much, just 4 small paragraphs as usual about the classic Enviro 400. The Alexander Dennis Enviro 400 is a twin-axle, low-floor, double-decker bus built by the British bus manufacturer Alexander Dennis between 2005 and 2018, replacing the Alexander ALX 400 Dennis Tridents and Plaxton Presidents. In 2014, the Enviro 400 was succeeded by the updated Enviro 400 MMC, and production of the classic Enviro 400 ceased in 2018. The first Enviro 400 was delivered to Stagecoach London in December 2005 to replace the Dennis Trident II that was destroyed in the 7th of July 2005 bombings, with the replacement bus being named Spirit of London. The first order for Enviro 400s was by Metroline, another London bus company, which was placed in December 2005 and later became a fleet of over 500 buses. Alexander Dennis released the second generation Enviro 400 at the Eurobus exhibition in 2008. with the main external visual differences being the incorporation of a line of white LED daytime running lights underneath the headlights in the main front light clusters, redesigned front bumpers, and the relocation of the offside emergency exit door. In 2016, the Enviro 400 was largely superseded by the Enviro 400 MMC. More than 6,000 Enviro 400s have been sold globally. In the UK, the Enviro 400 sold well in London with a number of operators. Between 2014 and 2015, Arriva Northwest received a total of 128 Enviro 400s for a number of services on Merseyside, with 28 arriving in 2014 and the remainder being delivered between January and July of 2015. So there you go, not an awful lot there, but just a little bit of information on the Enviro 400. I could have tried to look into maybe the London examples a little more. In fact, I might actually do some more research on the other Enviro, maybe with some research on the livery as well, just to make it a bit different. Let me know in the comments if you want me to do that. If I don't hear any comments, then I'll leave it as it is. But that is an idea I've just had. Let me know if you think that'd be good. But yeah, getting back to this one, I mean, it's an absolutely beautiful bus. I'm going to go out on a limb now and tell you that I paid £100 for this model because it's so rare. The Enviro 400 Classics are actually a very rare bus to get now. And also, you know, this being a double door version in a London livery, and not only that, a special London livery. This is the Spirit of London. So, you know, it quite literally, well, not literally, but it more or less cost me an arm and a leg to get this one. So this will be treasured forever. And the fact that the engine compartment opens up as well is really good. I'm just a little bit worried about how loose it is, but never mind. Like I said, I could always permanently glue it shut if needs be. Anyway, I think we're coming to the end now. Yeah, I'll just move her a bit closer for you. Yeah, you can just have another quick look at her. Let's do a couple of shots of her. But yeah, we're coming to the end of this review now. We've had a good look at her. I presume that the livery is spot on. I haven't seen this livery, but usually with these models, they usually do come spot on. I normally don't tend to go for Creative Master North Chord. I tend to go for Corgi. But, you know, I'm not fussed. I'll have a Creative Master North Chord bus if needs be. And this one happened to be a Creative Master North Chord. So there we go. Just a view of the front. We'll turn around for you so you can see the driver's side. And then a last look at the back. Can sort of see how it could be similar in appearance to a Dennis Trident or Plaxton President, with that very small, narrow back window, looking quite similar to the Plaxton President. Can't get moved. Need to put my teeth back in. Obviously, they've added quite a bit of streamlining and curvature around the windows to make it look a bit more futuristic. But there you go. I'm just absolutely made up with it, I really am. And that'll be part of my collection forever now. So that marks the end of the review. So thank you for watching. I hope you've enjoyed. Don't forget, give a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Leave comments in the comments section. I want to know, I want to hear from you whether you think that's a good idea to combine some of this research with some extra research about the livery of the next Enviro that we're going to look at. And the next video that I will do, I'm not sure when that will be yet. Maybe tomorrow or next week sometime. I don't know when, but it will be at some point. Where we'll have a look at the Plaxton Beaver. And then when the other Enviro comes, we will, of course, do that. And then that will be the last bus video of mine. I mean, I'm not saying bus videos will stop because obviously Adam Flavel, my good friend Adam Flavel, collects buses, and sometimes I'll show him a bus that Dean's got for sale or one that I'll find cheap on eBay, and I'll say, oh, do you like that? And he'll be like, oh, yeah. I'll be like, do you want it? And so sometimes I treat Adam to buses, and or sometimes I'll buy Adam a bus and then he'll like repay me in other ways, like he'll pay for I don't know, a hotel or something for me, or he'll buy me a meal or buy me a couple of pints, or like pay for a water park ticket. It depends what we do. Obviously, at the moment, we can't do anything like that, but just saying. So yeah, bus videos may continue in that sense, but for my personal collection, this is the last one. Well, the second to last one. We've got to look at the Plaxton Beaver, but that's not an addition, that's more of a replacement. But anyway, enough jabbering. So, yeah, don't forget, like, comment, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. If you have, thank you. Welcome to the channel. I hope you're enjoying all the content. And don't forget, try and share the channel. Get me some more subscribers. I believe I'm still on 71 at the moment. It is creeping up, but it'd be nice to get into triple figures. I've got more followers on TikTok than I've got YouTube subscribers. Goodness me, what's going on? And yeah, speaking of TikTok, please feel free to follow me on TikTok if you want. There's a couple of videos on my TikTok about my complete model bus collections. And now that this has completed my London bus collection here in the bedroom, there'll be another TikTok video about that. So yeah, go, follow me on TikTok at NathanHughes27, all lowercase. And for the time being, until the next video, I will, well, take care of yourselves, stay safe, stay strong, we will get through all this, stay happy, and I will bid you farewell.